Will now be recorded.
This time I'll call the meeting to order. Is any citizens here tonight wishing to comment? There's a sign-up sheet on that. We asked you to sign up and also designate the item on the request that you're talking about. We will give each person 2.5 minutes. And Doug will keep up with the time. All of you should have received the minutes from the previous meeting. Is there any addition or deletion to those minutes? Do I have a motion?
I move for approval, Mr. Chairman.
Have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second, Rick Green.
Tommy Baggett.
That's good enough.
Okay. All in favor, let me know by saying aye.
Aye.
All.
Aye.
You voting, Tommy?
Yes.
Okay. Motion carries. Under announcements tonight, County Commission meeting is October the 19th, 2020. Have a Board of Zoning and Appeals meeting October the 22nd, 2020. Before we get into the rezoning request, Doug has a couple of items he'd like to bring up.
We have one late addition to the agenda. It's the final approval of Chelsea's Way subdivision. And we'd just like to have a vote to the.
I so move.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, let me know by saying aye.
Second was my mistake.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Got to turn that thing off. We need to take a vote on that.
I think we got it, didn't we?
You got it? Okay. What's the next item? You said you had 2 items.
No, that's the one I've got. That's all mine.
Okay.
Just the addition to the final approval of Chelsea. Do you have anything? You got something you had?
Oh, yeah. I'm on out about the White House annexation.
Let's go ahead with that then. Bob, go ahead.
Do that one?
What's
Yeah.
that?
Chelsea Way.
You want to do it first or?
Yeah. Do it first.
Are we going to do our site plans first or we
No, do that first.
do that one first? All right.
I'm sorry, y'all got me lost.
This new one that we just approved, the Chelsea's Way, we're doing it first.
Anybody here for Chelsea? Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, we've been working all week on this project, revising it. I think we're on version number 5, and we're we're still trying to get everything, and it's got real close. We got latest this afternoon, and Mr. Mayo has not had a chance to review it. So
Yes, he has.
Has he reviewed the one we got this evening?
Well, not the one we got this evening.
Yeah.
Comments.
Yeah, he's got comments, but he had, yeah. We'll send him the most recent one later. But, there's a couple of little things on it. We feel like we can probably do that at a staff level if you approve it.
Would you comment on a couple little things on it?
We started this, the sidewalks were gonna be in the right of way. They've now got moved out of the right of way onto properties and common area. And so we'll need the covenants revised to reflect that, because the covenants currently say that they're in the right of way. And that we will need a separate bond on the sidewalks. Due to the fact is that the people that will be responsible for the association where the sidewalks is not the same as the person that will be responsible for the roadway. So we'll end up with two separate bonds on that. But everything else is real small, like adding some notes about certain lots having sewer lines across them that are not shown on there, like 906101. Need to add the drainage easement to the legend where it's not on the legend, and basically about the sidewalk. And currently the plat does not have a table break. The amount of open space and lot area where we can determine the density is being met, but the circle this evening said we're not quite ready to sign it, but so it's getting close. All these things are small things that staff can address.
And we do have, in possession today, the $300,000 letter of credit for the roadways and ditch stabilization and drainage.
Did you guys get anything?
I think I'm familiar with all this, and we talked as late as about 3:30 this evening. Yeah. So
We did get him a draft table, I will say, and we're going to put that on the page and reprint it when we get Rick Mayo's final comments. They're just little small issues.
yeah,
These are not major issues.
Right.
Or housekeeping, or put into paper, minor things.
And we'll consent to do those things.
Anybody else have any questions or comments about it?
I mean, this is you probably don't see developments like this done at one time. Usually we see these done in several sections. I can't recall this board ever approving one this anywhere near this large in one phase.
117 lot, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, I move for,
17.
I'm gonna move for approval that we, let the staff handle these few little hiccups here, let them take care of it.
Would you add to your motion that subject to the staff getting these cleared up?
Subject to staff getting these cleared up.
I have a motion.
I second it, Mr. Chairman.
I have a second. All in favor, let me know, saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you all very much. Can you do better,
We have 4 items tonight on the rezoning request. Norma Pettis rezoned 5.59 acres from AG2 to RP80 on Tennessee Highway 56 Raven Road. Representative Jeff Chandler, Land Surveyors. Anybody here?
Doug's gone out there, hopefully to find them. They're the ones that didn't show at last meeting.
I wonder if they're gonna show it or not.
Well, I mean,
Have you talked to them?
I
No.
could go yesterday.
good.
I talked to Miss Davis to
Oh,
remind them to be.
well, I talked to their surveyor earlier, Mr. Chandler. It looks like-
And it's not electrified.
Staff, you want to bring us up to date on
Mr.
this?
Chairman, Ms. Pettis, is requesting to rezone this five plus acres in order to create two lots on the property. There's currently dwelling on one and create a lot in order that another new one can be constructed. We do not have any kind of, in their water letter about where the fire hydrant can be installed, so, you know, this could possibly require the fire abatement fee, you know, when a flag is prepared. But other than that, it's pretty simple.
You got any comments on it?
I'm sorry, sir.
Do you have any comments?
No. Anybody got any questions?
I think he's the first building the dwelling. Aren't you her son?
I'm sorry, sir.
Her son?
Yes,
Yeah, 'cause you're gonna be the one.
I'm gonna be my building here.
Anybody have any questions?
I'll move to approve.
Have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second, by Mr. Henry. All in favor, let me know by saying aye.
Uh,
All opposed? Opposed, motion carries. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Anybody there? Anybody out there?
You've already made it in, haven't you?
That's all right.
Anybody out there?
Never be ready, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, all right. Item 2, staff.
Mr. Chairman, Shirley Cobb, is requesting to rezone 4.91 acres on Cage Ellis Road from AG2 to RP 80 in order to, cut the property in two and create an additional building lot on the property. Everything seems to be met. If or not, there's a fire hydrant, right? Oh, right there across from this property, so.
Ms. Doris, do you have any comments or anything about it? Anybody on commission have any questions? If not, do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
A motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Please, Don, Beatty.
All in favor, let me know by saying aye.
uh,
All opposed. Motion carries. Item 3. D. Hayes, zone 95 acres, D2 to RP 80 on Worsham Springs Road, represented by Steve Hart. Staff.
Mr. Chairman, Ms. Garrett and Mr. Haynes wish to rezone 1.92 acres with an existing dwelling on it. This is currently a 5+ acre tract, and what they propose to do, they have a small tract beside it, less than an acre, and they propose to take the remaining portion of the 5 acre tract, add it to the tract with that existing dwelling, cut this 1.29 acres with a existing dwelling off. So technically, you will not be, although we're rezoning it to create a smaller lot around the existing, we will not be creating any new building lots.
Any comments from anybody on this? Hearing none, do I have a motion?
I move for approval, Danny Borthwick.
Have a motion to approve by Mr. Borthwick,
I'll second.
second Mr. Green. All in favor, let me know by saying aye.
Aye.
All. Motion carries.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
This is on the president.
We could go on and finish the rest of the agenda. The last.
Yeah, really.
I think I'm getting sick, to be honest with you.
How you gonna get better?
I don't know, I believe I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom. It stirred up your stomach, didn't it?
Only sit where it's not marked. Do not occupy. Do not sit in those spots.
Get the sheet. Next item is item 4. Julie Bernard rezoned 6.982 acres from AG2 to C2 on Clay Gregory Road, represented by Campbell McRae Associates Surveying. Staff.
And we need Ms. Bernard to come forward and pray. Mr. Chairman, Ms. Bernard is before you requesting the rezone a tract from AG2 to C2 neighborhood commercial district in order to establish a neighborhood store. And I will let her explain what she wants to do tonight.
Go ahead.
Current sales of my farm, including our meats that we are proposing to build a new store on this proposed property to sell those farm products and also put in a meat shop. And we want to be able to sell other products, other local farms.
I asked you on that store, where will the slaughtering be for these animals?
The slaughtering will be off-site at another USDA.
Okay. Anybody have any questions on this? All right, we've got 2 people signed up that like to have a seat there. We got 2 people signed up that like to speak tonight. Kevin Breeding, 7519 Clay Gregory Road. You have 2.5 minutes, sir.
Okay. I appreciate it. I'm a local resident. I live close to the property, but I'm here tonight on behalf of the Orlando City Council. Our 5 elected representatives have asked me to come, voice our opposition to this, so I'm going to try to do that quickly. A couple things I want to let you know. This was from our attorney explaining the reasons why we believe this would be illegal. I'm not an attorney. He's provided you with the justification for that and the explanation in the court cases and those kind of things. I hope you'll pay particular attention to that. It's basically spot zoning. I don't think there's much question about that. It's not consistent with anything that joins it or even within more than a mile of it. So that's one of our primary objectives. It is also, we believe, inconsistent with the Robertson County plan. As you know, your own district regulations for C2 say that, and I quote, "The district is established to provide convenient locations for businesses that serve the needs of the surrounding residents without disrupting the character of the neighborhood. This district is not intended to accommodate retail uses that primarily attract passing motorists." Well, the paperwork submitted by the Bernards say in particular that they are working to attract people from southern Kentucky and northern middle Tennessee. They're moving closer to a highway, so we would assume that would be to attract traffic. Number 4, I think we want to point out that the city of Orlando brought in 112 residents, all of our elected officials, and spent about $50,000 developing a long-range plan for Orlando. That plan was the will of the people and where they want to see commercial growth and where they want to see farmland and residential. I understand that this proposal is about 15 feet outside the city limits, but we would still hope that you would give some deference to what our long-range plan is and to all the other people that we have said no to when they've asked for spot zoning business commercial property within the long-range plan. We have zoning for what they're proposing and would love to see them do it. Don't get me wrong. I don't have any problem. I love the business. Sounds like a neat thing that we'd like to have in our community, but this is not the place for it. We've got commercial zoning downtown. We've got commercial zoning at the interstate. We'd be happy to work with them, try to get some grant funding. There's a lot of funds available, just not at that location. There's also a lot of unanswered questions about
You need
this.
to wind this up. You're not out of time.
Okay, let me wrap it up by saying I hope you'll follow the law and listen to the public. We've got about 12 people here that are in opposition to it, that live in it, and our elected officials are opposed to it as well. So
Before I move on to the next person, I'd like staff to address the zoning thing that he commented on.
Basically, the district that they're proposing was created for issues like this, to locate commercial within near residential areas and they would be uses that would be very, very non-obtrusive. All of the uses you can think of commercially that could go in the C1 zoning, would not be allowed in this C2 zoning. This district was created to be adjacent to residential areas within residential areas. That was the purpose when we created this district.
that's not what the zoning law, that's not what your paper
Yes,
says.
that's what it says. Yes.
Well, I'm holding it in my hand.
That's what the district was created for. That's why it says neighborhood.
I can only judge by what it says on the paper that I have in my hand, and I've just read you that, and that's not what it says.
We'll agree to disagree.
About what it says?
No, I wrote the thing. I know what the purpose of it was.
I don't know about purposes. We can't know what was in your mind at the time. We can only go by what's on the paper. And the paper says that it's not for those 2 reasons. It's for local. So, well, like you said, we'll agree to disagree.
Time's up, sir.
Question, please.
Sure.
Got one more person.
Just one question.
Go ahead.
The gentleman said that thought it was a fine idea and it sounded like a neat place. What specifically then? Is this property not suitable? Just quickly, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure.
In your opinion?
This property has houses on all 4 sides of it. It's commercial. I mean, it's residential, large lot residential and commercial. It's completely out of character for anything commercial. So the houses that are in direct eyesight of it, which is 3, there's 4 on each side of the property, there's a house. The idea of putting businesses in the center of a neighborhood doesn't seem prudent to me.
All right, the next person is Jennifer Smithfield.
Do you want me to just speak from here?
Come right here.
I'm speaking on behalf of Julie and Steve Bernard of Bernard Farms. I think they're a huge asset to this county and our community. I've been buying pork from them for quite a while, and I've been out to their farm store that they currently have on their property several times. It's very neat, it's very clean, well organized. I had a stem cell transplant 5 years ago, so I have to be extremely careful with my health. And I've never once had any concerns that I would have problems with the pork. I was never concerned going into their farm store, and to be able to keep a farm store clean on property like that, their property is well cared for, it's well maintained. I would have no qualms whatsoever about where they're planning to put a store, and I think it would fit. I've seen the location, and I think it would fit very well, and I think it would be an asset to the community. That's all I have to say.
Anybody else have any questions about it?
I do. Bob, what other type businesses are allowed under this type zoning?
Just most any kind of retail operation that you sale of different types of items. Somebody can they wanted to sell clothing, crafts, any kind of thing that, not intrusive, no used car lots, no auto repair facilities or anything like that.
What's an example where we've done this?
This is the first time.
But it's zoned to accommodate this type of business.
This district was created for this type of use. Because frankly, we have C1 zonings that the previous way that things were done, that they're scattered all over the county. You got a store here, a store there, you got a sawmill here, a sawmill there, basically, and they're isolated issues, and you end up getting, if the original use doesn't make it, you end up come in there. If it's zone C1, it could be any use that's allowed in C1. If this use doesn't make it, it's still going to be limited to the uses allowed in the C2 zoning. It won't be able to become a used car lot or an auto repair facility or anything like that.
Mr. Chairman, this is designated as neighborhood commercial.
Yeah.
Not C1, general commercial.
Yeah.
No, I understand that. We just, and I know it's been probably C1, but we've just had some bad experiences with spot commercial zoning, period.
Yeah, that's why we did this district.
And,
we got to.
And I don't know, it's been a while since I've been on the road, but it's a pretty small road. Have we done any type of traffic studies or anything like that?
You have to get a whole lot bigger than a 1,600 square foot building.
But there's a farm store there now.
Further down the road.
Right. So
No.
the traffic's going down that road anyway.
No, I don't think so.
No, not on this road.
Ms. Bernard, where is your farm store now?
Our farm store now is on Sparkman Road, which is a dead-end road.
So
We operate out of our.
is that not on the corner? It's very close, no?
No, it's not close.
Okay.
But I do have traffic that comes in that road to get back into us. Another issue on traffic, we drive heavy farm equipment on that road. We have semis, our neighboring farmers also drive semis on that same road. This would be small car traffic through our location.
Anybody else have any questions?
I'm just curious, how much different, I know it's a different classification, but how much difference is this in Dollar General stores that sprung up all over our county? As far as operations?
As far as the operation, well, of course, one of the requirements of this one is that everything that's constructed on it has to be compatible with residential type construction. You can't, like Dollar General wouldn't want to go in this district because they'd have to construct a building that would be totally outside their model of what they meant, the buildings that they build. And as far as the lighting, et cetera, on it, has to be basically if the lighting on this property has to be, whatever it is, stays on this property. It can't have lights that illuminate.
So what you're saying is that the structure has to fit into the community's standards better?
Yes.
Not sure exactly what the community standards are.
Residential.
And looking around the county, but, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, I think it's a good idea for a business. My concern is, I mean, if the city of Orlando, and I mean, we work with them pretty close, but if they're dead against it, I mean, I'm just questioning, should we not observe their wishes? That's the part, I live in that part of the county and I'm look forward to a business like this being there. But if the city of Orlando doesn't see fit for it to be there, and this is only, I thought it's 300 foot, but 15 foot off their right of ways, then why should we vote against the city's?
I'll speak to that. I've got a huge issue with a city manager coming in and owning property straight across the street from it and speaking for the city. So he's speaking for the city. Is he representing himself or the city?
Let me speak. I live right in front of it then. I didn't know you had to sign that paper.
They asked a few minutes ago.
I didn't hear it. I was over here. I was way over there. I wasn't informed that. You put a sign up, sign the paper. You don't speak. I can speak for it. I live right in front of it. Don't ask a question, ask me. I got a $700,000 piece of property and you want to put a building right in front of it? What about me putting a real joint in front of yours? It's the same difference. And he said there's no parking lot. Read it, what it says. Service stations, mental facilities. Read it.
Is he on the list to speak?
Well, not yet.
But in all
You asked
fairness,
if somebody lived there. I live there. I live right 100 feet of it. My whole
I was talking about the city manager.
Are you suggesting I don't have the right to speak because I live here?
No, I'm asking, who do you represent? Are you representing the city or
I
yourself?
represent the city of Orlando tonight. That's who sent me.
Then you made it abundantly clear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments from anybody on the committee? Hearing none, do I have a motion?
I'm going to move to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Take a vote by raising their hands. All in favor, let it be known by raising your hand. Count.
It's hard for me to do that. I will vote yes.
Okay.
That's
Four. I got time. All opposed? 3 opposed. Motion carries. Been approved.
Did you vote?
Yes.
Just get upset if you do stuff you want to. I mean, I guess you got upset with the city of Orlando and you just decided to oppose. I mean, just go with it.
Thank you.
I'm not sure.
5-4. I voted. I see 5-4.
I ask how many houses they could light it up and build on.
Yep.
Won't be my question if we had to vote. Because if it's in the city of Orlando, they could probably put it on 20,000 foot lots. Over what they're zoning.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, they'll have a tough time getting to the commission.
Well,
their zoning follows ours, right?
I can't answer that. I would assume it does.
I didn't hear the question.
Crop production, the next one.
Orlando's zoning echoes ours, right?
No, it echoes ours 25 years ago.
Okay, so I was gonna ask this question, Bob. But I'll ask it after we get done with the meeting. If I don't forget.
Yeah.
Under site plans tonight, item 5, crop production services request site plan approval located on US 31W and Tennessee Highway 52. Represented by Clover Engineering. Staff
Did we skip Dollar General?
Well, the order here is different. Go to item 6 and what they married it.
I have item number 5 is Dollar General.
I have number.
Well, the thing that came out tonight was different.
I got number 5 in Dollar
Okay,
General.
well, let's do Dollar General first.
Well,
Yeah, I'm representing both.
Both of them.
Okay.
All right.
Comment Mac Baggett being requested site plan approval of Dollar General store located on US 41 in Dunn Road. Representative of Cobra Engineering Service.
Mr. Chairman, this is on a tract of land that was subdivided off, some months ago, it was rezoned, I think in 2017, or 18, part of the property that Mr. Baggett proposes to build a residential subdivision on. It's also the same parcel that the city of Cedar Hill recently de-annexed everything. But this lot number 1, and that's one of my comments, is that, have you seen the final plat that Mr. Baggett had recorded? It's 2.03 acres. It's one lot there, it's not 2 lots.
Yeah, I believe that they were needing us to finalize our drawing in order to replat it, because we had to kind of shift the property.
Yeah, just revise your drawings to reflect, everything that's on this, the site is 2.03 acres, not 1 acre, as you said.
The intention is to.
Because they originally intended to do 2 lots there, but when they were brought back a subdivision plat, it was only 1 lot of 2.03 acres. And other than them showing the sign just a little bit 1 foot too tall, then the site plan is in compliance with our regulations.
Any comments or questions from anybody on this? Hey, what they're gonna do to the Dollar General at Adam?
It's got a booming business.
It's got a booming business. Hearing none, do I have
I'm moving to approve with the corrections noted.
a motion to approve? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Henry. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Did I get it?
I'm sorry.
Oh, you okay? I thought you opposed. Motion carries. Approved. Next one, Bob, is number 5 on my, you said it's
Number 6 on my
6.
agenda.
Number 6.
Crop Production Service request site plan approval.
In the city limits of.
That the city manager sent a letter in support of this.
Yeah. Mr. Chairman, we reviewed the site plan, and basically, the only thing that's not added to it is this additional square storage space on it will require 1 additional paid parking space on the property. So that will need to be shown on the site plan. Other than that, the plan is in compliance.
What are they gonna be doing there, Bob? Storing?
They
I
need
assume it's
it.
gonna be storage.
Yes.
They need it real bad. Do a lot of business down there.
Any comments or questions from anybody on this?
I move for approval, Mr. Chairman.
Motion.
County Board.
Have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Motion carries.
Okay.
Anything else from staff?
Mr. Chairman, as you become accustomed to, is, let me pass this out to you, is that the city of White House has decided to de-annex a portion of the property that's in both the city of White House and Robertson County. The part you'll see outlined in red is the part that's what the city of White House is de-annexed. It's on 2 parcels on Highway 31. And they're requesting that, we are requesting that you recommend to the county commission that it be zoned AG2 as the remaining portion of the tract is already zoned. We just received that this week. And,
Is this property close to the cemetery?
I cannot answer that question.
I think it seems to me to be a little past it, don't it? Is that Honey?
Honey Run.
Is that Honey Run Road right there? Yeah. It'd be real close, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
They have already de-annexed it, so.
Whose property was this?
Let me.
I'm just curious what the deal is.
Is that across,
Yeah, me too.
across from White House Seventh-day Adventist Church?
Yes, really close to it.
Is all the rest out here?
Everything, only what you see, if you'll see, there's a blue line.
Yeah.
Comes up the property. That's the city limit line right now.
Okay.
And this front part, the front's 31W, is in the city. And
Do we know why they're de-annexing it? At the request of the property owner?
probably at the request of the property owner. I got a call this evening from another gentleman who's requesting, working with the city of White House to de-annex his property. So, I mean.
So does that mean all of this property right here then be county now?
Just this. This right here will still be in the city. These 2 tracts right here will still, this parcel here, and all this will be in the city. The county will.
Why just that chunk right there?
That's all they chose to
What's the
de-annex.
total acreage there, we know?
Yes, sir.
What's the reason?
Talking about just the dotted line there?
Just the dotted line.
What's it,
Four
is it
acres
because
can
it's
be
a big
sold.
hole, nothing could happen with it, or?
Well, here it is on the map there.
Yeah.
I really thought they were cutting roads in there. If it's not, it's property real close to it. Like driveways, it's not roads, but driveways.
Them 2 fenced tree lines there,
What-
'cause that's
what-
that church you can
what-
see right there.
Parcel 49 is 5.81 acres.
Yeah, it's right
And
there.
parcel 48 is 5.66 acres.
What's the address?
It doesn't have an address. Vacant property is not addressed by 911.
Well, it's a moot,
It's on Highway 31W.
it really is kind of a moot point. They don't want it and they've done de-annexed it, so the only thing we can do with it is zone it ag.
Exactly. Yeah, we put it in
That's the safety net that we got to do
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Does that require a motion from the
That
board
requires
here?
that requires a motion.
I'll make a motion that we rezone it ag.
I have a motion to reason. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second, Mr. Langford. All in favor, let me know, saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All opposed? Motion carried. See, we don't pick up any roads that have to maintain there.
Yep.
That's usually the reason they want to do it. Roads and bridges. Anything else, Bob?
That's it.
I want to ask Bob about, or Doug, either one of them, about, on the number 4 deal. I couldn't really, the land inside the city of Orlando, it didn't really give an acreage on it. The other land that they're talking about was 6-point-something acres.
It
Looked like probably,
slightly larger in the county than the city.
okay, so probably 11, 12 acres.
It's 15. The site is 15 plus acres.
Okay.
And this
If they wanted to lot it out and build house in the Orlando spot, would they be R20s?
No, that they're zoned residential A in Orlando, which would allow them to build on 1 acre lots.
So they could put 7, 10 or 11 houses on that whole tract. They went to RP 80 on the county side.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So if it fails, they just fill it full of houses, sell the lots and go on.
I was told they're gonna put pigs on it.
Well, they
That's what
they
they said.
could put pigs there.
They're gonna hog farm it.
Yeah.
What they said they're
If
gonna
it
do.
fails.
If it
If it
fails, they'll
doesn't,
hog
if it
farm
fails,
it.
they put
That's where they're
hogs on it.
moving their hogs to.
Directly across the road, they have 80 acres.
Glad I don't live on that road. I said, I'm glad I don't live on that road. It's a bad neighbor.
I just question, if it doesn't help, I move with adjournment, if you're asking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll move with adjourn.
Best thing I heard all night. I'll second that.
All in favor, let me know by saying aye.
Aye.
I need an escort.